I'll share my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. As Vara Prabhu mentioned, today we will learn about Bhagavad Gita, shloka number 4.2. Let's begin with reading the shloka. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम इमं राजर्षयो विदु सा कालेन महता योगो नष्ट परंतपा. I will again repeat. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम इमं राजर्षयो विदु सा कालेन महता योगो नष्ट परंतपा. एवं दास parampara by disciplic succession, praptam received, imam this science, rajar rishaya the saintly kings, viduhu understood, saha that knowledge, kalena in the course of time, iha in this world, mahata great, yogaha the science of one's relationship with supreme, nashtaha scattered, parampara param tapaha, O Arjuna, subduer of the enemies. Now we'll read the translation. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. We'll now read the purport. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhant A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. It is clearly stated that the Gita was especially meant for the saintly kings because they were to execute its purpose in ruling over the citizens. Certainly, Bhagavad Gita was never meant for demonic persons who would dissipate its value for no one's benefit and would devise all types of interpretations according to the personal whims. As soon as the original purpose was scattered by the motives of the unscrupulous commenters, there arose the need to re-establish the disciplic succession. 5,000 years ago, it was detected by the Lord Himself that the disciplic succession was broken, and therefore He declared the purpose of Gita appeared to be lost. In the same way, at the present moment, also there are so many editions of Gita, especially in English, but almost all of them are not authorized, not according to the authorized disciplic succession. There are innumerable interpretations rendered by different mundane scholars, but almost all of them do not accept the personality of Godhead. Krishna, although they make a good business of the words of Sri Krishna, the spirit is demonic because demons do not believe in God but simply enjoy the property of the Supreme. Since there is a great need of an edition of Gita in English as it is received by the Parampara, disciplic succession system, an attempt is made herewith to fulfill the great want. Bhagavad Gita accepted as it is a great boon to humanity. But if it is accepted as a treatise of philosophical speculation, it is simply a waste of time. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. So, as you have read this shloka 4.2, the very first question which can come to all of our mind is why this disciplic succession which Krishna spoke about is broken. That is also Prabhupada spoke about in his purport. As you know, as you can see in this image here, the wire connected to this mobile phone is somehow cut. And similarly, the disciplic succession, the message of Bhagavad Gita, was broken in due course of time. But the question is, why was it broken? As Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, we can understand due to the human nature, we are always forgetful. And to be human is to err. We are having some aspects of demonic nature in all the human beings. So, in due course of time, because of the prabhava of Kala, this disciplic succession was lost, or the actual meaning of Bhagavad Gita was lost. And to re-establish this message of Gita, Krishna reappeared 5000 years ago and gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to his dear devotee and friend Arjuna. Now you can see Prabhupada also mentioned in his purport that this disciplic succession has been broken because of demonic nature, and people are using Bhagavad Gita for their own interpretations. And you will see there are so many versions of Bhagavad Gita, especially in English, is available these days. People use Gita for their personal gains. There are courses on Gita like Gita for management, Gita for relieving stress, Gita to lead life, but that's not the purpose of Gita. The real purpose of Gita is to establish most true relationship with Krishna, to become a devotee of Krishna. In Gita itself, Krishna has mentioned what should be one's quality to become or to read Gita. So, as you can see in this image here, people are using Gita, but the real connection of Krishna is missing. The main creator of Gita itself is not in the picture. So that's how the disciplic succession was lost, because the Krishna, who is the proprietor of Gita, is not in the mix. Let's take example here. So first Gita was given to sun god Vivashwan, and then Krishna again came 5000 years back in the field of Kurukshetra. The great knowledge was given to Arjuna. As we see, people take the message of Gita and then they miss Krishna itself. Here we can see image of Ravana. Ravana was so close to Lord Ram. He didn't want Ram Rajya. He wanted the Rajya of Ram. He took property of Ram. He took Mata Sita. He has all the opportunity to surrender himself to Krishna, to Sri Ram, because all the other necessities, he was the most powerful king of this whole world. He was given everything by Lord, but he rather wanted the property of Ram. If he had surrendered to Ram, he would have been doing good, but didn't. He didn't. He took Mata Sita. Similarly, as you can see, Prabhupada quotes in his lectures, we must have heard, Prabhupada says human beings are like asses, which is a very strong word, and I can also correlate this with my life. We are so busy in our day to day job just to earn a small amount of money, which is required to just lead a healthy life. We don't need to work so hard to sustain our life. See what the condition of our earth we have done. We have created so many industries, so many factories, and the environment is getting so much polluted. Now people are trying to go to Mars. I'm very sure the condition of Mars will be also same if human reaches there. The ass, in this case the donkey, doesn't know that the grass is available everywhere. Still, he carries so much weight on its body just he thinks that the the owner will provide me some morsels of grass, but the grass is present everywhere. Similarly, we as a human should also understand what is the true purpose of life. The true purpose of life is go back to Godhead. I want to thank all the senior devotees who has given us such a nice opportunity to connect with Krishna. Yesterday we were in temple, had so much nice prasadam. We were talking to so many devotees. It's so blissful. It doesn't need one to work so hard to get this beautiful bliss. We have to just come together and listen to the great message with Srila Prabhupada. By mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this message is now available in Kali Yuga. As we saw, in this message, I will again go back to this translation. This message, as you can see, was first given to the saintly kings, and it was understood this way. In the earlier period, the Bhagavad Gita was meant to be shared with only the great kings who were saintly. But nowadays in Kali Yuga, all the politicians are not saintly. That's why, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada, this message is so easily available. And Krishna realized in Kali Yuga, we will not have pious kings whose main purpose is to protect their people and preach the knowledge of Gita so that every human being gets this tendency of going back to Godhead. But since all the politicians are corrupted, they have this demonic nature, this message was is not getting shared. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this Kali Yuga 2000 years back, and this message is so easily available to us by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Now, as we know, this message Srila Prabhupada is giving to us by the disciplic succession. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur Maharaj all appeared in West Bengal and preached this knowledge of Gita. And then Lord Krishna sent his Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent his army general Srila Prabhupada, who has spread this message of Bhagavad Gita throughout the world. We can see people in Australia, people in US, Russia, all are becoming devotee of Krishna. Why? Because Prabhupada is a pure disciple of Krishna. He has received this message by disciplic succession. As you can see in this image on the right hand side, this message has flown from Lord Brahma to Narada, and then the disciplic succession from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj to Srila Prabhupada. It is our duty also to spread the message of Gita as it is. As you can see, there are so many versions of Gita available, but the Gita which Srila Prabhupada wrote, there was a reason why Srila Prabhupada wrote a Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita as it is. This Bhagavad Gita has to be read like the one Srila Prabhupada wanted us to read. This Gita is meant to become a devotee, not to understand this for our material gains. So before I go details of further chapters, we need to understand what were the previous chapters in which Krishna spoke about. We are so much covered by the lust that we are bonded in this material world. We are bonded in this material world, and by Niskam Karma, which is explained in chapter 3, we can attend the transcendental knowledge. The transcendental knowledge means Jnana. How we can achieve this Jnana? By surrendering all our work to Krishna with full knowledge of Krishna. When we go to office, we can offer all our hard work and everything in the feet of Lord Krishna, without desires for profit, no claim for proprietorship, and free from lethargy. In this chapter, we will see Krishna will talk about how this knowledge was transferred and how this knowledge should be received. As you can see, this knowledge Krishna shares to Arjuna, who is a devotee as well as a friend. So when we read Gita, we have to become devotee first, and then only we can understand the real message of Gita. As you can see in these three boxes here, Lord Krishna gave this jnana which elevates us from sakam karma to nishkarma yoga. It awards us intelligence, the strength to overcome the lusty desires. The question might come in our mind, why are we binded by these lusty desires? We have heard in other classes from senior devotees that the three modes of material nature controls us: mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. By reading Bhagavad Gita, we can overcome this mode of material nature, which is controlling us. It's again the energy of Lord Maya See, if we pray to Lord Krishna and read Gita with a mode of bhakti, These three modes of ignorance cannot bind us. It purifies our consciousness from passion to godness. As we read in Bhagavad Gita, previous chapter, previous shloka, verse 1 and verse 3, I want to draw your attention to some of the key points. Lord Krishna gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, sun god, 12 crores years back. And then this knowledge came to Manu. From the word Manu, the word Manushya has come. So the Vivaswan's son Manu, and then Manu gave it to Ishwaku 20 lakh years ago. From Ishwaku dynasty, we know the Lord Ram appeared. As we can see, this knowledge was given to kings and rishis. Since this disciplic succession was broken over the course of time, Lord Krishna appeared and gave this knowledge to Arjuna 5000 years back. And we need to know the qualities which are most important to understand Bhagavad Gita, which is to become a devotee of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I have also added some key points as we discussed, as we spoke about Gita chapter 4.2. As we spoke, how lust causes material bondage and how can one curb lust by deliberate spiritual intelligence. We can go back and read Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, slok number 36 and chapter 3, shloka number 43. Krishna described niskam karma, dutiful detached work, which leads to jnana. In this chapter, Krishna presents transcendental knowledge by which one can be protected from bondage of lust. We are lucky, as Srila Prabhupada, by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Kali Yuga, everyone is able to read Gita. This message is propagated in every country, in every village in the world. As our Guru Maharaj says, it is our duty that we have to spread the message of Krishna and we have to make Bangalore the first Krishna conscious city of the world. Krishna personally gave this spiritual knowledge to Rajarshis, great kings who are supposed to impart this to the citizens. He describes the lineage by which this knowledge transcends, the qualifications which is required to receive this transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please forgive me if I made any mistake. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mayur Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Nice class. So we will hear from devotees if they have any questions, and then we'll put forward our comments, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions? Questions first, and then we can go for comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very nicely you explained this verse, Prabhu, 4.2. Actually, fourth chapter is the chapter where we'll know the exact meaning of Bhagavad Gita, how we need to accept it, and through whom we need to accept it. Yes, in the market there are unlimited books of Bhagavad Gita and there are unlimited sessions also conducted. But we should be through discipline succession only we can understand which book to read, under whose succession books are written. Only through that only we need to read and everything. And how Guru is very important, who will teach us the books should be read under the discipline succession only. That one was nice, Prabhu. And one more thing, that in earlier days Bhagavad Gita was preached only for the saints. And in Kali Yuga, because of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we got Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we got even general public, in the common man also could read the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu, and understand. The only motto is that he wants everyone to go back to Godhead. This is my understanding. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Veda Mataji. Any other devotees has any points, any questions? So in the meantime, some devotees come forward. I just wanted to mention, my Prabhu, thank you, wonderful class. I think the PPT was very nice. We can learn a lot of things by seeing in your PPT. Nicely you have presented. The topic was very good. Something to do with our bona fide sampradaya, which is the key factor. So you have explained nicely, giving the explanation about the bona fide sampradaya. Prabhu, I had one question. If you can go back to your PPT. You have given that PPT which talks about, this knowledge was given by Sun God. that one. This one. So this 12 crore years, I remember I have seen the reference, and this 5,000 also. This 21 lakhs years, how did you get this thing? And just help me understand, because I have kind of missed out.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu. Prabhuji, so this slides I got from one of the PPTs by Gauranga Priya Das Prabhu, and I was listening some lectures
Okay.
from a devotee from ISKCON Chopati.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he actually converted these numbers. It was written in numerics, then he converted into 120 million years, 12 crore years, and Ishwaku, he converted it from the age of Kali Yuga is 4,30,000 years. If we double that, it's 8 lakh years is the Dwapar Yuga. Then Treta Yuga was the Yuga of Ishwaku. So Ishwaku was again 12 years. If we add, it will be 12 plus 8, 20. It is approximately 21 lakh years, Prabhu. That's how Prabhuji explained in the lecture.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful. Yes. So this was very nice. And that way we can also remember the age of Kali, how it progresses, the age of yoga cycle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu, Mayur Prabhu.
Thank you.
So we have no other questions. Wonderful class, Prabhu. All glories to you.
Hare Krishna, Mayur Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You're able to hear us?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
We can hear.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Somehow, all the intelligence which Krishna has given all of us, I'm sure you too, was so clearly displayed, right? So this is how so far you are actually giving